Welcome. This webinar, Leader Retraining, will cover how to properly and safely lead a horse. Please keep in mind that NEC has a certain way of performing these tasks, and it's very important that everyone follow the same guidelines. Consistency is crucial for our horses as well as our riders. As a leader, you are responsible for only the horse. The rider is the sidewalker's responsibility. And as a reminder, each horse at Naples Equestrian Challenge is different. Some are more difficult to lead than others. You are assigned to lead the horse that is most appropriate for you. I would like to take a moment to review your role as a leader. Your role as a leader is being responsible for the horse only. Pay attention to the instructor at all times. You should not engage in conversation while you are leading, as this will interfere with your ability to hear directions. It is important for you to allow the rider to do as much as possible. Be mindful of the cues your rider is giving the horse. Do not rush into following directional tasks before the rider has had a chance to process and carry out the commands. Let's start with mounting.
All right, Kelly, go ahead and pick it up. So the horse will stop. You need to whoa, and he needs to come back a little bit because the rider's going to come up the ramp and he needs to be able to mount from this area. So back your horse up. Good boy. So once the rider gets on and the sidewalkers go into their safety hold, they're going to ask the horse to walk on, and then you're going to go into the arena. Now, Kelly, if you could stay close to the ramp and lead Pickett into the arena from the opposite side, that helps you keep him over there. Otherwise, our sidewalker can't have the connection to the rider. Okay, and then we go into the arena, whoa the horse, and fix stirrups. And you need to stand right in front of him when you whoa. Good. So the way that you just observed was the wrong way. Kelly is now going to demonstrate the correct way to bring a horse up to the ramp. Okay, Kelly, go ahead and bring Pickett up. So as she approaches the ramp, she gets in front of the horse. She whoas him in the proper space for the rider to mount. The rider's on, the sidewalkers have their hold. The rider asks the horse to walk on. Go ahead and go into the arena. She changes sides, stays on the horse's right side, keeps the horse close to the ramp, and proceeds into the arena. When she gets in the arena and stirrups are being ready to be adjusted, she will stand in front of the horse about a foot away from his nose. I'd like to bring to everyone's attention, we do have a portable ramp with a sure hands lift at the other end of the arena. The horse comes up to the ramp in the exact same way as when you're a leader. You'll bring the horse through, stand in the same position, and the rider gets put on with the sure hands lift. Rider, ask your horse to walk on. Kelly, if you could please go to the left side of the horse and stay between his cheek and shoulder while you're leading. Thank you. So Kelly, if we could whoa Pickett for a minute, ask him to whoa. We don't hold the halter, we hold with our right hand at the knot, and this should not be wrapped around your hand in case your horse ran off. You would get a rope burn or dragged. You want to fold it and put it in your left hand and have a nice loop in your lead rope, and now ask him to walk on. This is the proper way to lead your horse. While you are leading your horse, your arms should be sort of swinging, your chest should be open, and you should be very confident leading your horse. As you can see, Kelly was walking with confidence. Oh, Kelly, could we please not drag our horse? Can you ask him to whoa? So you want to stay back between his cheek and shoulder. He weighs around 600 pounds. You should not be dragging him around the ring and not looking back at the rider. You always need to be focused on your horse and walk with your confidence. If you slow your body down, your horse will slow down. If you speed your walk up, your horse should relate that and walk faster. That's it. Yes, so look straight ahead where you're going. Shoulders are square. She's picking up her momentum. Pickett is staying with her. Excellent job, Kelly. Our riders get things out of our mailbox, off the fences. They do hand-eye coordination. The leader's role is to help the rider get the horse in the correct position, but not to do it all for them. Our riders have reins in their hands, and we really encourage the sidewalkers and the riders to get the horse in the proper position. This is a proper position to whoa your horse. You stand in front of your horse. You have about 8 to 12 inches space, personal space. You don't want your horse in your space, and you don't want to be in the horse's. So we don't pet our horse's face. I know this is so tempting, and this is your softest part on the horse, but we don't want to encourage them to get into our space. We don't want them to think we have treats in our hand. So if you can just keep back a little ways, yep. And you can talk to them, you can pet them on the neck when the lesson's done, okay? All right, great. So our rider would get a beanbag out of the mailbox at this point. And Kelly, as the leader, your responsibility is for the horse and the horse only. This is a sidewalker's job and our rider's job. You do not have to help with that. I know you appreciate that. Maybe the next lesson you could sidewalk. Sometimes during our lessons, you may witness a horse that is misbehaving. Please never take this into your own hands. We do not hit the horse. We do not reprimand them during lessons. You don't know the reaction you will get from the horse, and we have a rider on their back. The instructors need to be aware of it, and then that will be addressed after lessons. Please remember, as the leader, you are responsible for the horse. When you hear the instructor ask the riders to ask their horse to walk on, you need to give the rider time to shake the reins and say walk on before you proceed. Walk on. Your horse will respond to the tempo of your walk. If you are walking sluggish, looking down, very slow, your horse will pick that tempo up. If you square your shoulders, have a nice pace, your horse will respond to that walk. This is the pace we want our riders to experience. Riding a horse causes pelvic rotation. There are 2 types of pelvic rotation: posterior tilt, which is front to back, and lateral tilt, which is side to side. When a horse is in a working walk, their stride is longer, and therefore the range of the pelvic tilt is greater. As the gait of the horse increases, the lumbar flexion increases. A working walk increases impulsion and stride of the horse, which in turn makes the rider sit straighter and increases pelvic rotation and the range of motion for the rider. In passing horses out in the arena, you should always pass left to left. So it's your left shoulder to the other leader's left shoulder. Keep a little distance between the horses. Now, Mike, I would like you to change your direction. So turn red, come around the pole. You need to always look where you're going. Always turn your horse to the inside of the arena and back out to the fence. While you are in the arena, please be aware of the distance between you and the horse in front of you. You can always make a circle to the inside of the ring and back out to the fence to get more distance. Or you can pass the horse on the inside of the arena. Be sure to let the other leader know you are passing. And then go back out to the rail to continue. When you hear the instructor give the command to the rider to ask their horse to whoa, please allow time for the rider to use his words as whoa or to pull the reins back. Then, as the leader, you may assist by giving a gentle tug on the lead rope and saying whoa, and then taking your whoa position in front of the horse. While in the arena, be aware that we walk in and out of poles, between cones or barrels, and you need to remember you have sidewalkers with your rider and your horse. So this is awful close to the pole, too close, the sidewalker would become detached from the horse. Same thing in making a circle. To make a little teeny circle like this is very hard on the horse, and it also throws the rider off balance. Now this one going around this pole is the proper distance between the horse and the sidewalker and the pole. This is also a proper size circle. A nice, big, smooth motion. The horse can get all the way around. The rider can use the reins. Good job, Kelly. At the end of our lesson, our rider's favorite part is to trot down the middle or down the long side. As the leader, you need to stand in front of your horse. Let the rider be prepared. They hold the safety strap in front of the saddle. They ask the horse to walk on, and then you listen for the word trot. Sometimes the horse isn't quite accommodating. The things you should not do are get ahead of the horse, behind the horse, swing your lead rope, or tap them on the shoulder. After the rider gives the command to trot, start to jog in place until the horse picks up the trot. Remember that you set the speed and the need to be mindful of how quickly you are jogging. If you need to give a gentle tug on the lead rope, if you need to slow the horse's pace. That was the correct way to initiate a trot. Remember, when working with horses, there is always a chance they could become startled. If this happens and there is an emergency situation, remember to stay calm, focus on the horse. If the horse is pulling back, you need to go with the horse and not try and restrain them. Thank you for viewing our leader training webinar. Naples Equestrian Challenge could not run our program without all of our volunteers. Please continue to check back to our website for any updates. Thanks again.